Hello, my very wonderful friends. Today is history time, which we love, yes? And as you remember, we started reading a lot of information about BC Londinium last week in Zoom, yes? And why it was BC, okay? So, as you remember, Claudius and his army conquered Britain in the year 43 after Christ, and Britain was a place inhabited by Celts who lived in contact with nature, who lived in wooden and straw huts, and they were farmers, yes? They had nothing to do with the Romans. So when the Romans arrived, they started reconstructing Britain. Yes, they started making Britain similar to how Rome was for them. So they built roads, temples for their gods and goddesses. They built the Roman baths, Roman theaters, and something very important is that the center of everything was what we know today as London. It was Londinium. And we say that it was busy because many things were happening in that place at the same time. Yes? In the center of Londinium, the Romans had built the palace for the governor, that is something very similar as the prime minister has today in London. Yes? And also they built an enormous square with a market, yes? So the Romans gathered there in that place for everything, and they called it a forum, yes? A forum that for them was a place of encounter, where they did fairs, a place in which they could make a concert and go, yes? Everything was happening there in the forum at the center of Londinium. And apart from this, we know that there was the river Thames, yes, in this place, the river Thames that is very famous nowadays. And the Romans built a bridge over the river Thames for people to, yes, go from one side to the other of the bridge without the need of going through the water only by ship. And another very important thing is that Londinium became a port, yes, like the city of Montevideo that is a port. And ports are very important to trade, yes, to take products, goods from one place to the other. So something fascinating for us is that we were studying everything about the olive oil that was made, processed and prepared in the Mediterranean Sea, like Italy, and the Romans started taking the olive oil to Britain. They started taking the wine they prepared to Britain, and the same way they did with the British products. They started taking them to the other countries, yes, that they conquered, because they could move around through the water on their ships. So in the port, they had these big wooden kind of houses in which they could store and keep the goods. Yes? So all these things made the beginning of how we know London as it is today. Yes? From the nothing, from a green place that didn't have anything, yes, the Romans created cities with all these things that I am telling you. So I hope you have understood, because now you will have to check how much you learned. Good luck!